Hello everyone, Jordan here with the next on my weapon guide series. Originally in the previous episode I did say I'll be covering the PDW-7 submachine gun, but recently I've been asked to cover the Scar H, so here we go. So the Scar H, or the Special Operations Forces Combat Assault Rifle Heavy, is an assault rifle that fires full auto, unlocked at level 40 in Black Ops 2. It is originally from Belgium, manufactured by FN Herstal. It's been in use since 2009 and is still used today in present time. So the Scar H was made by FN Herstal for the United States Special Operations Command, or SOCOM, to satisfy the requirements of the Scar competition. This family of rifles consists of two main types: the Scar L, L being light, and is chambered with a 5.56 x 45mm NATO cartridge, and the Scar H, which we're covering, which means for heavy, fires 7.62 x 51mm NATO cartridge. Both are available in long barrel and close quarter combat variants. However, the Scar H, in my opinion, is the worst out of the Scar H and the Scar Light. However, it is still a good weapon to use. It's mainly used for long-range engagements. So let's move on to some in-depth stats about the Scar H in the game Black Ops 2. So in Black Ops 2, starting ammo is 3090. This all depends if you equip the extended clip attachment, in which we might cover, but we might not. That will grant you 40, so instead of it being 120 at max, you'll be granted 160. Reload speed is 2.34 seconds. This all depends if you have no bullets in the cartridge, it will take longer at 2.95 seconds empty. Fire rate is 625 rounds per minute and is one of the slowest fire rates of the assault rifle category. The recoil is quite moderate, sometimes it can be moderate to high, it all depends on what you like to call it. As I'm going to say on the radar here, it does fire upwards when constantly the trigger's down. The damage figures in game for the Scar H ever since the patch that occurred not long ago is 45 to 33. Now this has made a difference, meaning that up close at the body it'll be 3 shots to kill, and at the head it'll be 2 shots to kill due to the headshot multipliers. It's mainly at long range in which we notice the difference, where it takes 5 bullets to kill at long range and 4. Used to be 4 to the body and 3 to the head at long range, but ever since the damage has been changed, it's been not much used, and probably one of the most underrated guns in the game. However, I quite enjoy using it in game. It's one of the great assault rifles you get to unlock. However, it's unfortunate you unlock it at level 40, which is a long way off. So if I were you, and you've recently prestige and you enjoyed using the Scar H, I would recommend to use one of your permanent unlock tokens to use to ride the Scar H and permanently unlock it. And I'm sure you'll get the most enjoyment out of using it. So recommended attachments for the Scar H I would go with. So at the moment we're going to start off with foregrip, but a lot of people can understand why I go with the foregrip attachment. The foregrip attachment definitely helps out with that recoil. I'm not even joking, it proper does help out with the recoil. We all know how high it is, you saw the radar here. The foregrip helps steady out in when shooting at enemies, especially if you're going for long range engagements with the Scar H. And we don't notice the recoil at long range, and you want to equip the foregrip to make sure that you can constantly hold the weapon without it jittering everywhere with that huge recoil pattern. However, you might want to change it for the extended clip, as burst fire can happen if you prefer to do that. We're not going to use the fast mags as an attachment due to you can quickly reload the Scar H and you can cancel it with the YY or the double triangle. You can cancel the reload. The second attachment I'll go with is the EOTech sight. Now I know what you're thinking, why the EOTech sight? Well, I actually compared two sights. I compared the reflex sight, which might be probably one of the best, and the EOTech. And there's definitely notice what happens when you fire the trigger. The reflex sight grants you more peripheral vision around you. However, when shooting at the bad guys, you definitely notice the recoil pattern is still there. It's more clearer view in order to pick off enemies at long range engagements. However, you definitely do notice the recoil, which is one of the downsides to this weapon. But the EOTech sight, there is definitely an advantage with that. However, when aiming down the sight, you might notice that you have more vision to shoot at the bad guys. However, less peripheral vision is given. So it was a tough choice, but I have to go with the EOTech sight due to the difference in recoil, where you barely notice that there's that much recoil. I don't know why, this is just where the game plays. So we're going to go with the EOTech sight because it's a nice sight to use, especially when, like I said, going with the long range engagements or medium range engagement, depending on your playstyle. My last attachment I definitely recommend is the suppressor. Now recently I've been seeing mates use this and I've been wondering why. Why on earth would you use it? But basically it acts as though it's like another perk in tier 1, which are going to be going on in a minute. The suppressor keeps you off the radar when firing at the bad guys, we all know that from previous Call of Duties. It also maximises the range a bit more. However, this may not be effective at all. Damage figures being a bit more low, we all know that it's not really going to make a difference. So we'll equip the suppressor, you can keep off the radar, and it basically grants you like a ghost perk. And it's useful if you're flanking around to the bad guys, so that they won't even notice you were ever going to be attacking. So next we're going to move on to my recommended perks for the Scar H to use. First perk in the tier 1 section is Hardline. Now I'd say Hardline because it grants you a 20% bonus for your score. This definitely helps out if you're going for high-end score streaks, and I've noticed it definitely does help out. Couldn't really use Ghost, because like I said, the suppressor acts like a ghost weapon, with it being silent, so you get to keep off the radar and stay away from the bad guys. However, you might be put in a disadvantage if the enemy have a UAV in the air. But I'm sure you can counter that with Hardline giving you 20% bonus per your score. That means you can easily get UAVs and counter UAVs, and the counter UAVs will definitely benefit when you can jam their radar every time you hear the call and say enemy UAV inbound. The next perk we're going to be looking at in the tier 2 section is Toughness. Toughness definitely helps out for the long range firefights and up close as well. If you're shooting at the bad guys and they're shooting at you, and sometimes you definitely know the recoil and the way the weapon goes and sways, it can go off a bit, and that can definitely ruin your chances of securing the kill. However, with Toughness, that definitely grants you the ability to hold your ground and stay steady. It's basically like the steady aim perk in a way. We all know the laser sight is equivalent to this, however, in a way it is like the steady aim perk in which you hold your ground, where you aim down the sight and you don't even have to flinch or anything like that. So being granted not to flinch, and also with the recoil pattern being quite high, this definitely does benefit. A combination with this and the foregrip definitely would help out. Means that you'll be more likely to secure the kill than be killed. The third perk I go with in the tier 3 section is Tactical Mask. Now this was a tough choice because there were a lot of other perks in which you could have chose, such as Engineer. However, Engineer wasn't really useful when all you could see were red glowing enemy explosives or tacticals around. So we'll go with Tactical Mask. Tactical Mask goes well with objective style game modes, so if you're an objective player, I definitely recommend using Tactical Mask. I'm pretty sure by now a lot of people are using Tactical Mask, and I hope you are. It's a really good perk to use. It helps you defy your chance against getting badly stunned or badly flashed or badly hurt by any sort of tactical grenades. These tactical grenades contain such as flashbangs, concussion grenades and shock charges. We should all know now that shock charges are quite annoying in Black Ops 2. However, thank you Treyarch for granting us the Tactical Mask perk where we can defy against this, and we can make sure that even though we're stopped a bit, we're not damaged too much and we can get going on our way killing the bad guys. It also helps out if you could accidentally concussion yourself or flash yourself. I know I've done this before and it's not really the most best thing in the world. You look pretty stupid from doing it. However, using a Tactical Mask perk goes against it and helps you get back on focus, your objective, whether this be capturing flags, planting bombs, or simply just killing the enemy. So this comes to the end of my Scar H weapon guide. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I have. Doing the research about it has been amazing, and I love using this weapon. I hope you do. If you find any of these attachments that I recommend or the perks useful, please give it a like. Leave in the comments if you've got any more recommendations for what weapons I should cover next in the next episode. Subscribe if you want to keep up to date with all my videos. I've got a jet crash montage in Battlefield 3 coming out where I crash the jet into buildings, bad guys and good guys. This is Jordan signing off. Farewell.